from China. It is Sunday morning here. It's Saturday evening at home in Canada. We're getting ready to go to church. We are going to the International Church here. Fun fact, you need a passport from a foreign country to get in, which is so interesting. We have done a ton of stuff over the last 2 days. Today is Sunday, so Friday we went and we met with some very low income people who they're all young. I think the oldest one there was 22 maybe, and then there was a lady who was 39 who was translating for us, and then the pastor of the church was in his 30s, or a pastor of a church was in his 30s. These people have given up their time and in some cases the respect of their families to go and learn about theology. So they work in the evenings while they go to school at some point, but they're not working in fields that their families necessarily approve of. So that was super amazing, getting to talk to them, get to know them. My mind was a little bit blown. And then they gave us traditional Chinese food for lunch. There was so much food. It was everywhere. It was amazing. I used chopsticks like a Chinese person, which is what I was informed. And and it was good. I ate a dish that had a whole chicken foot in it. Like its little claw was like, it was gross. Well, no, looking at the foot was gross, but overall it was totally fine. And then later that day we went and we met with people who are working with young kids, helping them after school, doing amazing work there. And the end of the day, we met with some very higher income, upper class families, and we had a time of worship with them, and it was amazing. The questions that they asked and the observations that they had was just fabulous. We're actually going to see a lot of them today at International Church because they're from other countries in Asia and they're here working. So just a really interesting day of going from extreme lower income people who are working under the radar to very upper class, come from money families who are still struggling to find ways to live out their faith in a way that is glorifying to God and isn't compromising their beliefs and the expectations that God has given them or that God has for them. So super fascinating. So that was Friday, and then Saturday we did a little sightseeing. We went to the Forbidden City, Forbidden Temple, Forbidden Castle, Forbidden City. I think that's it. We went to the Forbidden City on Saturday, and we saw all sorts of cool things. We went through the square, the name of which I cannot remember. Tiananmen Square. I'm not sure how to pronounce it or how to spell it at all, but Tiananmen Square, which is hugely significant historically here for the country, which is funny because most people under the age of 25 don't understand why it would be significant. They don't know why it would be significant. So we went through there. We went to the Forbidden City. We saw some amazing sights. Me and two of the team members left everybody else, and we rushed through the second half of the city and the gardens, and we went to go find Starbucks. It took us about an hour and a half. We got a little bit lost, sort of. I think we concerned our Chinese hosts because they didn't know where we were and they weren't quite sure where they were. But in the end, everybody found everybody. We got together for lunch. I got to have Starbucks. It was great. And then we came back to the hotel and I slept. And then the team had supper and we watched a really interesting video that just talked about how China is going to be the global, they're going to be the global powerhouse. In the next 8 years, honestly, they're going to be taking over economically. They're going to be the ones who are the highest on the food chain, which our Chinese hosts are really excited about. They're excited to be here, to be a part of it, to see this amazing change taking place. It'll be the first time in the history of the modern world where a developing country is the leader economically as opposed to a developed country. So yeah, our Chinese hosts are very excited for this. As a Canadian, I'm a little bit terrified, but I'm sure it'll be fine. On that note, I hear the roommate coming back, so we will say farewell for now, and I'll let you know how church went a little bit later today.